All right. What's going on, everyone? Aaron here at Clean Cuts Lawn Care. It is Wednesday morning. I just left the gym, but I'm heading straight to the shop. I have some things to do at the shop, and I have some running around to do for the business. So I just brought my work clothes with me, got done, changed, and we're heading straight there. I hopefully can get all this done today. I'd like to, but I still have to be home probably about 3:30 at the latest. During the winter, if I'm not at work or out doing snow removal, I make sure that I cook dinner, because the rest of the year Vicky cooks our dinner, typically, you know, almost always, and takes care of all that. So when I'm off in the winter, it's my job, and I take my job serious. All right, we're gonna be having baked chicken breast. She'll have a baked potato, I'll have a sweet potato, and a mixed vegetable medley. So I even try to time it out to where, as she's coming out of the shower and getting dressed after work, I try to time it out to where dinner is ready as soon as she's done getting dressed, just like she does for me. So I got to make sure I'm home by 3:30 to start getting things ready and all that there. Anyway, so I was here at the shop Monday and did a few things that needed to be done. I'll show you the update when I get there. However, after completing one fix, might have ran into one more, a new one that we didn't have before. So I'll find out more about that today, and I'll show you guys all about it and see what we can do to remedy it. All right, so if you guys remember, we bought this 36-inch at the end of the mowing season, and bought it from our dealer who was selling it for a customer of his. And the day after I bought it, I had it at my old shop. That day I started it up, and it started throwing fuel straight out of the exhaust. I mean, a lot of fuel. So I called the dealer. He put me on, because this mower had just been in for service, like a full service. And it was the guy who owned it, who was the original owner. He had it the whole time. So I knew I wanted to buy it. I asked the dealer, I said, look, man, is anything wrong with it that needs attention? No, this thing is perfect. There's not a thing wrong with it. Great. So again, the next day, I find out it's spitting fuel. I call up there. They put me on the phone with the tech who did all the work on it. I think he replaced a belt, did an oil change, filters, stuff like that. So I said, hey man, this mower, as soon as I started it, the day after I picked it up, it's blowing fuel out of the exhaust. Do you know anything about it? You know, like, what could it be, or did it do it when you had it? No, it didn't do anything like that when I had it. Okay. So right now, I'm gonna tell you guys right now, bullshit, okay? Complete bullshit. So then he goes, you know, it's not fuel, it's actually just water. It's condensation from it sitting. It'll blow out a couple times and then that'll be it. I said, it's not water, this is straight fuel. He said, no, it's not fuel. It's just, it looks like it or it smells like it because it's going through the system and it's going through the exhaust. It's picking up the fumes. I said, do you want me to like send you a video? He said, well, the video won't help because, you know, it'll look the same blowing out of there. I said, okay. I hung up. I took a piece of paper. I started it, and I took the piece of paper and I put right here at the exhaust, and I let the paper get covered in the fuel that was coming out of here. Now, if it was water, even if it had a little fuel in it, or the fumes, or, you know, whatever you want to call it, the paper's not going to light on fire, okay? Even if it does, it's going to immediately go out. Like, it would struggle to burn, even if it had a little fuel in it, if it was water. I lit that piece of paper, it immediately ignited, burned to the paper, you know, was gone and out. obviously it's 100% fuel. So was it doing it when they had it? Yes. He was. Now this wasn't the owner I was talking to, this was the tech. Yes, 100%. He was bullshitting me. Pretty pissed off about it because I'm a good customer there. You know, they've done some work for us on like our 52-inch mower, big zig, tires, belts. When we first got it, we bought our blower from there. We were gonna buy a mower from there. Now I'm probably not going to. Anyway, all she had to do was say, hey man, it's probably the carburetor. That would have been it. So, but he wouldn't even say anything. So I came here the other day with the new carburetor. It had a gas leak when I first bought it. They didn't tell me that either. They just kept cleaning it up, obviously, where it was leaking. I actually rebuilt the inside of the carburetor just to make sure. I didn't even realize I thought I had just did the seals. I didn't. I actually did the flow and everything else in the pins. Well, obviously it kept doing it and it got hydro locked. So I came here Monday, replaced the carburetor, boom, fixed, perfect, no problem. However, it had sat so long, and it has, I find out that same day, it has an oil leak. It sure does. Now, I really don't believe it had a leak when I first bought it. I think it began after we got it. It's right here. Right there. Very small oil leak, but still an oil leak. And when I first fixed the carburetor, I sat it over here, right over here, just letting it run, and there was oil everywhere. Not that it came out of the engine, but the oil that had leaked and then seeped under the mower and was sitting under there. And plus it was wet out here. So, you know, as I moved it over there, it all got wet and you could see the remnants of the oil. So, oil leak on a mower, pretty bad situation, because you cannot have the oil leaking on people's lawns. You know, again, it's not a huge oil leak. As long as I keep the mower clean on the bottom, it'll be fine. But I don't like that. However, I'm not gonna do an engine swap on this right now, or have the seals of that redone. So, I've had good luck with this stuff on other things in the past. Blue Devil oil leak stop. I just had to use Blue Devil rear main sealer on 51 because it had an oil leak. My worst fear was the rear main seal. I took it into the shop, rear main seal. One of the bearings on the camshaft is wearing, is what caused it. The mechanic said, don't fix it, just keep in mind you have an oil leak. You know, just keep using it as is, but I didn't want to. I used Blue Devil rear main seal. It fixed it. Also, that same truck had a small transmission leak where the drive shaft enters. Last year, I used Blue Devil transmission sealer. It's still sealed to this day. It says for any diesel or gas engine. So I don't see a problem using it on a commercial lawnmower, but I'm not going to use all of it. Obviously, I'm not going to follow the same directions as you would for a vehicle. So what I'm going to do, I have to go pick up the other 36 if I can get it started at my daughter's house. I want that mower here because throughout the winter I need to find the blade engagement belt, and then I want to do, as long as I can get it running, because I couldn't get it running last time I was over there. Before next season, I want to do a full works on it, get it up to par, and put it to use, because like I said, we're buying a bigger trailer, and we have to be able to have two big mowers with us at all time, whether that's the 52 and a 36, whether that's the 0 turn and the 36 and the 30, or whether we take both 36s. because I'm confident I'll get this oil situation under control. Who knows? I don't know. Maybe I will find a an engine eventually and swap it, but I really think I'll be fine the way with what I'm going to do here. It's not a bad leak, but over time it is. So you got to clean, like I said, you got to clean the mower deck. So I'm going to put the sealer in it now. I think I'm going to use about 1/3 of the bottle. For a vehicle, you would actually put that whole bottle in it because it treats up to 8 quarts of oil. I'm only going to use about 1/3, and I'm going to set it right over here next to the shop and just let it run the whole time I'm gone or until it runs out of gas. And hopefully I can pick up this other mower. Well, we already own it, but hopefully I can get it started and get it over here to the shop. All right, I'm going to add it now. Now this is actually the safest stop leak that they sell. There's no metallic components in this one, so it's nothing that's going to really damage the engine. It's one of those things where it's either going to work or it's not. But as far as like damaging the engine, it's not going to do that, because I've had success with it on other things. Just can't put as much in here. So I put about 1/3 in there, maybe a little more. Like I said, I'm just going to run it. I'm going to set it right here while I'm gone, because it needs to run for a couple hours to get in there and hopefully recondition the seals. And, you know, we'll see what happens with that. I was worried because it was an aftermarket carburetor, but I let it run for a long time the other day, and the carburetor seems to be fine. It's not getting too hot or anything, which I don't like aftermarket carburetors, but really what choice do you have, you know, especially for an older mower like that. And so I'm happy that problem's fixed. I'm hoping this problem will be fixed. It's leaking right down at that box down there, right? You know, you can see it's coming right from the gasket, so that's exactly what that stuff's for. Some people may think I'm crazy for trying it, but I don't really see another way. I'm not. Hell yeah, it is. Guys, so you've seen it started a few times, a number of times. It wouldn't stay running though. I'm gonna come back later this week with fresh fuel. I'm gonna get a new spark plug. That's about all I can really do to try to get it running. The fact that it did start is a good sign, but like I said, it wouldn't stay running. So I think it's just, it's been outside. Unfortunately, I didn't have any room for it inside at the time when I brought it here. So I'm confident I'll get it started though. Like I said, I'll grab a new spark plug, fresh fuel, and get back over here later this week. Even if I don't bring the trailer, even if I just come over here and get it started, let it run for a while, then I'll come get the trailer. That way I know it's going to start. I didn't mind bringing the trailer today because I had to move the trailer anyway to get that other mower out. So I'm heading back there now. I don't think it'll be out of gas yet, but you never know. I only used that mower one time after we got it, and I don't know how much gas it burns through. I don't know if it's like 52, our 52 Man, that thing doesn't use gas at all. I don't even think it uses gas. I just think you have to have gas in the tank for it to work, but it don't use it. I think it runs off of air. Because man, we'll fill that thing up like on days where I'm solo and I'm using the 52-inch. Man, I'll fill that thing up and use it consistently all day, and I'm telling you, man, that tank will last shit out for days. You know, Robbie will tell you, man, because we filled it up, and we've like, all right, we're gonna see, you know, how many days before we top it off, and it just goes. So it's pretty good. So Alright, so here's what I did. I cleaned off this upper deck really good, all around the seals over here. I just wiped it all off with a rag. Only spot I couldn't get too well was right under that exhaust over there, but I still got some of it. I just couldn't get too close to it. And then I did all behind here, all the seal going all the way over. That way I can kind of see where all is coming from, or hopefully it's just that one spot over there. But all right, so on Monday I started the 52, the 0 turn, both 30s. I let everything run for about an hour that day. I started the 36 as well, but like I said, I had to replace the carburetor, and then I found the oil leak. So the oil leak must be very, very small, which is a very, very good thing. And that seal reconditioner is going to help a lot as well. It might even stop it. So I added a little bit more to it, letting it run. Once I'm packed up, I'll probably go ahead and put it away because I'll be back Friday. So, all right, time to close up shop. Over here, tell you what, I'm happy the carburetor's fixed and it's not blowing fuel out of the friggin' muffler. I know they lied to me, man. I know it. Like, I'm not an idiot, you know. No, it didn't do none of that while we had it, and we started it a bunch of times. Yeah, okay. Because the second time I started it, it was blowing fuel out. Man, come on. There's no way the carburetor went bad from the time I picked it up to the you know, time I started it the next day. So All right, guys, if you liked the video, hit like, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment down below. Let me know everything I'm doing wrong, and keep them edges clean, boys. I'm out.